Khubor Pibaro syakatup Khubor jengi ke Don Bosco Media Network. Kimat bakong san menta kesengi kilong. Dap Chisnem ke Pradhan Mantri Tuberculosis Muk Bharat Abhiyan rakhe kemen ke Office DMHO Nongpo. Kular Manager Feru Aloy bantri lang bat ki Borshnong. Bathak ke HYC kontraktor ban pinsange ikinong bela na bar Jylla. Bat panbor u Dr. Celestine ban kener ki kti jingirap amdan bajibat AA. Bat mintangin page ki Khubor bakham benya. Ko Office u District Medical and Health Officer haka jingetre langka District Tuberculosis Officer Ripoy District haka arpo artrik Nailur kala rakhi ke jingdap shisnem jang Pradhan Mantri TB Muk Bharat Abhiyan PMTB MBA haka ni kesengi la pelongi ki program ha Science Hall Nongpo. Haka ni kesengi rakhi dap shisnem ke PMTB MBA Umanis Kumar Assistant Deputy Commissioner ke Ripoy ulalong ukongsan. Laduan langru ki officer nakatanat Penroy Jingkwat Jingkia, Dr. P. Karnari, Assistant Medical Superintendent ke Mimhans, ke Dr. T.S. Mumin, DMHO Riboy, ke Dr. E. Kalwing, District Tuberculosis Officer, bat kiwek-kiwek ki officer bat doktor nakatanat kakwat ke kia. Nakaliang ke Office DMHO, kalapan kuburam ru ikitu ki beriu ki baladon benta ban nyerap, bat ban tingkun ki nong pang TB, ha ka bayade ban penbiang ya kabam kesa, nakabenta kitu ki bapang basyitom, bat ki berangdon hagajing sumar, bat kapor di dawai. Hakini kesengi la samru ikimar ba mardi syaki arpo arngut kinong pang TB ki bela syak tingkun da kitu ki bas bun mensim ban bayi ke jinglut jingsep na kebenta jangki.
Kesengi ngirakhi ka jingdap cisnem jongane ka program Pradhan Menteri TB Muk Bharat Abhiyan. Ya kini ke program lapli perda da ka Presiden Jongkari India Srimati Draupadi Murmu haka khandai tarik u September ar hajar arpo ar. Lengba kani ke program kade ngidon kathong ya kaban penduna lane ban pendu jaitno ya ka jingpang TB house nem ar hajar ar pusan tingidon kam ya ka jing ya trilang jong baro kenang bangila ban job ya kani kathong daga jing ya trilang jong ki briu simet ki seng bhalang nang ta ki nong mikmat baper ki society nang dapat di bat ki institution bakin wan chakmat bakin yarap lem ban ai ya ka jingbam ya ki nongpang TB kat baki dangdi dawai namar ban rat dengkong ya ka jingpang TB kidon cibun ki jing kumenta ngimla wat laki nongpang TB kiyo ya ka dawai ka babahatam bandi hakapor baki pang henry kidon kamru ya ka jingbam ka bataimet lengba ka jingbam ka bataimet kila ban jam kham kloi nang tapadru bat ka dawai ru kan trekam khambha lada kiyo ya ka bam ka bataimet kumbangi tip menta ba ka jingpang TB bun ki bayo ya ka kidi ki ba don ka jingduna bam kata ka malnutrition ha ka met ka jongki tikini ka jingpam TB ka pur state yaki renrei la da tu breu ubiang ka bam ka di kata ka bormet ki bor kulit kala ban yale persya ka tu jingpang wat lau yo ka jingpang TB ru u jam kloi na ka ni ka jingpang te hakani kesengi ngirakhi yakani kesengi kolong ban penapai ba ki briu baro ki badan kamon ban tingkun ya ki nongpang TB kat bagi dangdi dawai ban tingkun yaki da kabayarap yaki ya kabaybam ka jongki kabalong kumba si hajar si benai te hadu unriu benai uai nongpang ngi hab ban yarap yu unriu hajar namta unriu benai kat bodang di ya kani ka dawai TB te langba kani kasni kani ka program ni khot karpat ya baro kibala ban adopt ya kini nongpang TB hapo riboy namar hadu mentangi dan hadu lai spa lai pulai kinongpang TB hapo riboy district hadu September arpoi terik ar hajar ar pulai ti na kini lai spa lai pulai ngot te tang khandai phu prangot kinong pang TB la tingkhun da kita kinik chei mitra henrei kiwi pat kidang sa kidang up khmi lenti bakin adopt ya daki nik chei mitra banirap iki yakabam kadi Tina kini lai spa lai pulai ngot ti don kibala koi don kibala yo transfer chawai don ru kibala yapno te haduk menta kibadang di dawai kidon arspa san pu saungot hapo riboi district ti kini ki arspa san pu saungot don pedeng jungki kibala yo ban adop iki lani tingkun iki dan mix chai mitra hene dang don bun kiba empat yo kita ban yarap iki hakabam kadi te lengba kani ka program bat kumjuro kani ka sengi nga kerpat kum i district tuberculosis officer ba kin lakin wan chakmat ban yasno lem kakti kamon kakti kadiang ban yarap lem ikin ginong pang tiba duk tiba jenjar ban penbiang iki kabam kadi lengba ka jing yarap ka jungpi nila ban penduna no ikne ka jingpang tibi haka district ka jungi kumju ka Jylla ka jungi haka ri ka jungi ban job syakata ka thong ka ba ban penduna ka jingpang tibi haus nyam ar usan Kajingpang TV kadai kajingpang kum kiwi kajingpang hi ngim dai ban sngau la rain habang yo yakni kajingpang TV ti lada uno so pair hakamet kajung u laudon jelho kumba artayo don jingset bat jing push app menmet bat jing hiar ka jing khia la phidon kini kidak sautli gidai ban wan wood ban wan tes ya ka kerkha ka jongpi haki PC CC ki bajan tam bangin tip ba phi yo ya ka jingpang TV ni na ka wei pat ka jingpang namar khambun ka jing ka long ba ki nong pang ki one slam ban one chim ya ka treatment cheki hospital bat kani ka jing slam ban one test bat kumjuru ban di dawai ka wan ra ya ka jing hadin habot ba kumjuru ka jing dia ka basungsi ladangi lap kloino bat ngidi kloino ka jingpang TV kasuk ban penjam
Halor ke jingja jong kolong kemi na kasinong riang harengkat unong tre ka karkhana Shakhambari Ferro Alloy na kaliang jong manager ketika karkhana ulapen pawi ke jinglong ke bakloi bani tre lang bat ki borsnong banwat ikiti ki arngun bat ula ongru ba ke jingwat kalayat Shakhmat Henry 4 tip setia Shanu Kidon Shushu ulong ba utaw nong tri jong ketika karkhana ubalaja udi ubri ubanang bahaban kreni ketin khasi bat udeiru ubadon kejingedei kebajan bahab kinong shongshnong kabalan ne ru lakham slem uniu manager ulong ru ke kejingedei jong ubat kibri shnong kalong shabar na kejing tip ka karkhana
we are working here for the industry. If a driver did some misdeed and take a woman, she is also married lady from the local village. So it is a joint effort. We are giving our full effort. Meghalaya, where we can give the effort, but local people give the more effort to do this thing. But instead of that, we have been given the so pressurized that we have to bring the boy. But is it possible for us or like people like us who are working in this area to go out and bring the boy? Because he is untrustable. The boy knows Khasi. The boy knows Assamese, though he is a Boro boy, he is also tribal from Assam. He knows Khasi and he has a very strong relationship with the village. It is not one day effort. It is not a one day matter. He has a long-term association and long-term relationship with the villagers. So villagers know him very well than us because he is our driver. We do not have, he is doing his duty. We are the administrator. That is our relationship. In spite of that, he did this thing without our knowledge. But villagers know, local people knows it very well, Because he knows Khasi, he has a good relationship, strong relationship with all the villagers than us.
Hadin bakasing HYC mau thak rashan circle kala ai por lais ngi kontraktor uba pentre ke guest house mau panlur banweng no ikibar Jylla bat banwan ra no dikinong tre Khasi ketika jaka u kontraktor shim lasngap bat bot setia haka arpo artrik Nailur kasing kalalit banjirip biang hakasin ka baar haka arpo artrik Nailur bat lalap bautei kontraktor u klem ngap ikjing betha jing kinong ilam kani kasing Kumta kasing kala palit pai no ikita kibar Jylla ha kaba Kim.Don wat tangi ka police verification. Kani ka jingli atong ka HYC kalong ban ajing sneng utaw kontraktor uba pentre ka guest house kanang bakan long ka jing sneng uti kontraktor uba pentre ka ka guest house hamau panlur kanang baun bujili no ikinong tre hiyo trap. Hakita yo balala kinong yalam ka HYC kilalit jurep akati ka jakatre bat siyem bikinong tre bala kilong kibar Jylla bat omdon uweiru unong tre na kani ka Jylla uba yo akam ban tre ha kani ka jaka. Kumta ka singkal ay por lais ngi kontraktor ban bujili long tre Henry Shim lapatiaw.
Ngi nakaliang jong ka HYC Motorasyan Circle ngilawan jurep macam tayo hang ne ha po maplur ba kidon kidikar ke bawan tre hang ne re ngisiam ngi ong ki ba kimdai bawan tre ne bakin mi no anre nakaliang jong kontraktor joki uklam pan sabi ya kan ne ba kajing dawa jungi ka seng kemut ngi kwa ba un bujili no de kinok tre dangi daki kasi Henry uklam pas kami iya kene Henry mentaksi ngelawan menjurip biang ini ngilap bagi Don. Ya kita kikam bagi trero. Omdai kekam kabag Imong ya kita kabag ngi kasih ngamla Henry ngi kasih ru ngidang la ban tre ketu kekam Henry. Kabag kum ngi kaseng kamut ngi sngo bajing ngi Don kajing sokia ba nomara dek tegi dikar. Bagi tre Henry tegi dikar ru ngimla ban sutu ngimla ban tip ki wana kimina ka police verification ru ikam Don ta daw ni ong badangi ki khasi ro tre kam ngidang la ngila pa ka message tu kontraktor jo ki ro ba un pa ban un weng no kini kinong tre ne da tre dangi ki khasi ro ngidang la un weng no bat uklam pas kabe ya kata re ha menta kasi ngila wan biang ban jure ba kini ki dikhar gidang Don ngila ketu ngila ong kini dikhar bagi ban mi no menta kasi season Don.
Dr. Celestine Lingdo MLA ka umsning ula kentui ka sarkar ban ay bor no aki MLA ban Peit ikila jingirap na kabenta ki paiba kibe kendo ikjing shaling shop haki bor mariang. Dr. Celestine ula ong haba ki briu jingi constituency ki shaling shop haki bor mariang marmar kila pentip ningkong shiki MLA jengki na markidon hajan no paiba. Shwaban ya tay halor ka jingker pat jong Dr. Celestine u MLA na mauring keneng uba HS Karpran ulai thu akaying dorbar thaw ain ka Jylla bagidon arngot ki briu ki bala shaling shop haka mariang. Henry haduk minta kimpat yo kanu kejingirap na kasorkar. Uba kermen Jylla disaster management ula ay kajubab halor baydeb kini kejing ut jong ba Karpran ba kasorkar kala de pelat ya kapisa jingirap ya kibasha ling shop haki bor mariang.
In discussing about natural disasters and fire incidents, whenever any of these incidents happen, the first person to be contacted by the people is either the MLA or the MDCs. So I would like to request the minister, rather I would request the chief minister, will it not be nice if a fund, maybe we can call it a contingency fund, allotted in the hands of each MLAs, so that we can respond with relief immediately. I know we have the SRWP, we have the CM's Development Fund, we have ISYDP, but those are having specific guidelines where you can allot. Here, sir, I would like to remind that in the recent rainy season, many of the houses in my constituencies also, the wall that they make to protect their house, there were many landslides. When we contact to the DC office, they say this is not included in the disaster, natural disaster. For a poor man to make again that wall, which has been affected in the landslide, it becomes a hilly task. For an MLA to visit and not doing anything, that is again very painful, sir. So I request the government, if possible, please consider having a contingency fund for all the MLAs. If they cannot be trusted, let that fund remain in the DC office. But on the recommendation of the MLA, that fund has to be released immediately. I will tell you an incident, sir. In the first week of August, one house in my constituency has been completely gutted. I reached the venue, we took the photographs, we helped them to file complaints to the BDO and DCs. Till now, no relief has been given. So that contingency fund, if it could be made available, will go a long way in serving our people. So my question is, will the government consider having that fund for all the MLAs? Thank you, sir.
So with the permission, I'll reply to this because this is beyond the scope of the question or beyond the scope of the department. Sir, I'm happy to inform the House that in a meeting that was held recently of the MDA, some of the MLAs had given precisely the same suggestion. And though we may not be able to create a separate contingency fund immediately because obviously it has financial impact, so what we are working on is to amend the rules of the SRWP so that like we did during the COVID time, where amount of 25 lakhs or 50 lakhs was kept at the disposal. So in case needed, the MLAs can use the SRWP fund up to a certain amount, like they could do for COVID. They can use for any contingency or any use. And if it's not used in that case, then it can be used for any other developmental purpose. So we are contemplating, we are working on it, and we will, as it happens, I will inform. But very shortly, as I said, the suggestions have come. In fact, I'll mention this. This suggestion came from our Honorable Minister for Food and Civil Supplies. He gave the suggestion. So, sir, similarly, as I said, so contingency, additional funds may not be possible immediately because they have financial impact, but we will amend the SRWP rules to allow the flexibility to use those funds as and when required for emergency purposes. Including SUWP, yes. Sir.
Uba Arden basayo mat Emily na nong krem haka arko arterik Nailur, ula kren hakaying dorbar tau any halor ka jingkiw ki dor ki mata, lajan man katayaw, kamtam ki marba mardi pakongsan. Wala daw umentri ba Peit yakani kapang uba coming one omban ula pentikena bakadon ka jing Peit perman bak ka jing bundi ni ki dor ki murman katayaw hakiyaw ki hat. Halor ka jing rengkang shri ki dor ki mur jeng ki marba pakongsan hayaw hahat. Wemli na so yang ulabu kacing keli haduk kanu kata kacing poi karel haduk mendi pathar kalai rap ban penne ya kador ki marba mardi bagi pai bak ki penon kaman kesngi. Wemli na so yang ulawan ra ru ya kamat kabede bakacing mi yau ki khau plastik.
As per the reply of the Honorable Minister, but sir, it seems that it does not translate on the ground, sir. So price rise is a very serious issue. It has affected badly, especially for the common man. So now we have received information, sir, that almost every week there is an increase in the price of rice. So there is a saying, among the people that the main reason for the cause of price rise is because of many extortion that is taking place in the state. So these businessmen, in order to recover, they have to increase the price. So maybe I want to know whether the government has been informed, is aware that one of the reasons for the cause of increase in price rise in essential commodities is because of extortion that is taking place in different forms. Because it's increasing every week, sir. For 4 or 5 months now, it has crossed 500s. Say 5 months back, the rise of the price is 100 per packet. Now it has started 16. So this is a very serious issue, sir. I want to know whether the government is aware of that fact, whether that is true or not. The reason that led to the price rise in essential commodities.
So, the price rise is not in our state only. I think all over India, because this is the external factor, like insufficient food production, timing of monsoon season, increased fuel price, labor costs, growing population, supply and demands imbalance, and climate change with increased extreme weather events, including drought, storm, or insufficient rain. All these factors contribute to price rise or inflation.
So in that case, may I know from the minister in charge whether the increasing in the rate of rise every week is as per the notification of the government?
Sir, we have the District Monitoring Vigilance Committee regarding this, to control this, to check all this price rise in all the districts. That's why I already replied. We capture all three local market daily by using mobile app with the GPS coordination. All districts, they do all this prevention for these essential commodities.
So because the increase in price is not happening quietly or in the sense of a black market. If you go to the market in Yodo, they will sell, say, 1,000 this week per packet, and next week they will sell 1,200. So is that considered as a price being notified by the government or a black market in that case?
Sir, we have this Prevention of Black Marketing Supply of Essential Commodities Act 1980 and Essential Commodities Act 1955 are both implemented. An action taking report to the office under both Act as updated and reviewed time to time on the portal of the Ministry of www.fwcinfoweb.nic.in ECR by the 10th of every month. You can go through this website, you can see all this price all over India. In the month of March and April 2020, there was a heat wave with effect the showing period, and with the late arrival of monsoon, production was affected, which caused the increase of price.
Kesorkar kelathung shispa South League Consultant Company na kabentaban Peit ik project beper ha ke Jylla ki badan kam ni jing tre ki bakham he bat ki badan ki kti ki betebet bantre haba jubak be jing kli bawan ra da ke MLA na ampati kamiani di Shira u menteri rang ba uloong be ki kam ba ki te ki consultant ki Peit ki de ki badan kam ni ke jing tebet ke bapaka kum ke jing shnai ki cable car lani kum ke jing king yet hamau kodok.
Sir, this is a very important question. And it is giving an opportunity for us to really clarify a lot of things, because a lot of confusion is there regarding this particular subject. So therefore, sir, to bring clarity to the House and to all the members, so the consultants, as you are aware, are basically, sir, experts, technical experts, who are brought into the system on a task basis, and therefore on a specific task they are brought in, and they are obviously, sir, in a way a contractual team that is brought in, and they are experts in their field. Sir, there are two sections where the consultants are required, and in both the cases, number one, in the centrally sponsored schemes of Government of India, and as well as in the EAPs. In both of these categories, so the consultants are mandated by the guidelines of the different departments in most cases, and in a lot of the cases we also have to use their expertise, because we would like to move much faster and get the expert advice. Replying to the specific question of the honorable member, so centrally sponsored schemes today, for example, So centrally sponsored scheme, for example, the Smart City project. In the Smart City project, it is mandated that consultants have to be there. Similarly, sir, PMGSY, even there it is required to have consultants. So we had the Mega Food Park, that also required us to have consultants. So on and so forth, so there are many. Swadesh, a tourism project, it was required, sir. So therefore, apart from externally aided projects, a lot of the centrally sponsored schemes also are required to have consultants. So I also would like to bring to the notice of the House that, to give an example of why this is very important to us. So there is a very big project. It's an example to showcase to the House that there was a project called the Unity Mall, which the Honorable Prime Minister is giving certain amounts to every state. And you'll be happy to know, sir, that 132 crores has been sanctioned for Meghalaya. And we are the only 3 states in the whole country that has managed to do that within 6 months time period. And all this is happening, sir, because of the fact that we are able to get the expert advice and submit the proposals on time and receive the funds on time. And hence, sir, there is a certain level of expertise that is there. Again, to reply very short to the Honourable Member's question, it is both for EAPs and centrally sponsored schemes.
The next question, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you. I would like to thank the Honourable Chief Minister for the exhaustive reply. However, sir, a little clarification. I just wanted to know if there are any consultants which has been appointed for a general purpose, not for a specific purpose. Just yes or no answer.
So consultants are normally appointed for specific purposes. I would not be able to tell what the reference of the question is, but in general, it is normally for a specific purpose. Though there are cases where we empanel the consultants, and that empanelment process also is done in a very transparent manner. And in those cases, the empaneled consultants then can be used by specific departments for their use. So there is an empanelment process that's there, but normally there is the consultants are for a specific task and a specific project of the EAP or the centrally sponsored scheme.
Mr. Speaker, sir, may I know from the Honourable Chief Minister whether the amount paid for the consultants are all the same or it's different?
So the consultants are selected through a tendering process, and therefore in the tendering process, whoever gives us the best quality at the best price is selected. So therefore, the rates differ.
Umintri Katanak Tourism, Bapo Lindo Ulapintip, Bakajing Penlut, Nakabentaka Cherry Blossom Festival, Arajar Arpulai, Kankot Shakapra Point South Kandai Klurtam. Habajibab Halor ka 0 notice balawan rado MLA ka VPP na Shillong.Don uba Adelbert Nongrum nakaliang umintri ulong bakajing mangpisa na kasorkar kalong Shipon Kandai Klur bat kabaduna nriu klur en pendap na kabadi tiket bat en baydi ki company prepare.
And the curtain raiser which the member had made a mention of, both nationally and internationally, are aimed at increasing the ticket sales and to attract high-value tourists. Mr. Speaker, sir, the honourable member had wondered as to what was the source of financing this particular festival. I would like to highlight, sir, that an amount of 7.5 crores to meet the expenditure for these various festivals came under expenditure head 104. Expenditure head 104, since the member wanted to know as to where did the source of funding came from. It came from expenditure head 104, promotion and publicity of festivals, which received approval from this House during the budget session of March this year. The costs associated with these events will be covered under this budget head, and therefore there is no need for any supplementary demand, separate SD to be placed, since this was already voted and received the approval of this House in March this year. Sir, the amount sanctioned for the Cherry Blossom Festival 2023 is 1.99 crore. The expected expenditure is 8.49 crores. The deficit of 6.99 crores. is targeted to be met through ticket sales and corporate sponsorship. I would repeat that the amount sanctioned for this Cherry Blossom Festival 2023 is rupees 1.99 crore, whereas the expected expenditure is 8.49 crores. Therefore, the deficit of 6.99 crore is targeted to be met through ticket sales and corporate sponsorship. With the above information, I hope I have been able to clarify the issues raised by the Honourable Member.
Lalap ikawi kemet yap asenda alum jingtep hakadong wadanang dura West Garuhil saka arpo arterik Nailur. La itu ikini kemet yap ba kadai jong amit CH Marak ubasyong basa hakadong dobasi para dura. Kadkum ke Khubor balayo laong ba uni ubriu ulayap na kadaw ba ulatan ru bun palat kidrok hakamet jong u. Ulat ya lengktar hajan ke Jakarta briu klem tep briu syu. Lakit hospital bantokit ya kadaw ba uni ubriu ulayap. Katanat Eastern Zone jong Garu Students Union haka arpo arterik Nailur kala pelong ye ke election ban pentamai kinong ketkam. Haka ni ke election ki dekat jong ke GSU nagathan nengkra ka bahap haka ni ke zone kala jet president ya uring rang M Sangma bat ya upentus armarak kum general secretary bethamai. Uring rang ulayo andri pulai vote bat upentus ulayo andri pesan vote.
Angni bimko rurang mga anga nengkra regional unit to dal president ko presiden ni posto siok aku manfaat. Lagi cengni ya GSU na riba ni de cenga student rang ni nek ni rang ko neke antan tang ba anda ka ba nek ni rang ko chato te mena cenga bisong ni nek ni rang ko neke kusiong jai cenga ba absan jat ko ga pana aro absan kumonge delna nemena cenga de absan kam ko kana ne cenga angni yanuna ibani de maksungani ma kusana betela.
Angni bimkon pentus armanak mga angaya nengkra regional unit ni general secretary onge siakwani ko dalo man paha dalo ya chenyo angam khangchi student nangna bisoni mai issue chimona raba uchinga rangsan tekap kana ba rake kam kana student baksa kam kana gata chinga jotung hagen arum khangchi student san ngai gija chinga jatna aro ya songni manderangna area ni manderangna chinga rake kam khangna gata jotung hagen.
Kinongelam kinyam Kristan kedong lam mi ingi keri India kile kendu kelumpung ye merjingmut symposium haka khat pra hadu arpho terik Nailur ha Sacred Heart Theological College Auditorium. Kapang pedeng jongkani kelumpung kalong dili melon kedo anut how Chris Hearts United in Christ. Reverend Father Dr. Jos Chunkapura SDB Principal ke Sacred Heart Theological College ulai ke jingkren mat pang halor ke jingtemu bokongsan jongkani kelumpung. Umus Reverend Dr. Pioli Lingdo CNI ulalong ukongsan bat ulai ke jingkren halor ke jingdon kam tenrai ban tip bat ban sngau thu ik jingdon kam markeliang ha ke jing im Kristan hagi kam yerap para beriu bat ki kam mani blai. Kini kilong ki kam bengi yeng sakhi na kebenta ukris ha ke jing teli ulapin kut. Hakini ke lempung kam dan kenu-kenu ke jingkren chapang kenu-kenu kenyam Henry lapilit jingmut tek tang halor ke wei kapang teli melon ki dok not how Chris. Lai kren ru ikipang ki bede ke jingken rei ke bamsap habaro ke jing teri jing ta bat ha kalong briu man briu kumno ban yada ban pen kup biang ke mei mariang de ke jing jerngam bat ban penne ek ding ki siet ki klau ki betap bat jing tau ba em hangi selapar thei kumno ban tem ye ki plia ding jing yakin an bat ban penchluri ki pai ba ban mi na le yeng la sem ban shimenta ha ke jing jet economic mat pai ba. Kinong kren hakani ke lempung ye merjingmut ki kentup ye Umus Reverend Thomas Minamparampel SDB, Reverend Dr. Edwin H. Karkongor, Reverend Dr. Bakar Menongplo, Secretary KJCLF, Archbishop of Goti, Most Reverend John Mulachira, Most Reverend Dr. Thomas Pulapilil, Bishop of Bongai Gaon Diocese, Reverend Dr. Mrs. Chakme Marak, Associate Professor at Harding Theological College, Tura, Mr. Alan Brooks, spokesperson ka United Christian Forum Goti, Father Tom Mangatuthaze, Secretary for Ecumenism North East India Regional Bishops Conference, Reverend Father Richard Majau, Vicar General of Shillong Archdiocese. Ya ke jingkren kulum ha ke bakut jang ke symposium la aidu Reverend Father Dr. Barnes Mauri SDB. La penwa ye ke lempung da ke jing kublai sngongu ya baro ke bala penok bha ban penlong ye ke ni ke lempung ke bejap bat ke ban sa ken mau da Reverend Dr. Anthony Kanaya Yakal SDB, Registrar of the College. Reverend Dr. Sister Elizabeth Mao, MSMHC, kala ay kajing duay pinway, hakabala pinpaw, ya kajing sngongo yoble, ya baro ki badon ketiban penurlong ya kini kelumpung, bat ikitu ki pala pasyat ya kisembuak berkat bejeliu hakini ki laisngi. Bat dak itu ki khubor ngilapoy siya kabukun, tak haduk benginde syambiang kublay sipon.